Christine McGuinness has looked back on her overwhelming wedding day with husband and Top Gear host Paddy, in her brand new book, A Beautiful Nightmare, published by Mirror Books. The 33-year-old model, who shares children Penelope, Felicity, and Leo, with Paddy, tied the knot with the TV presenter back in 2011. And while she looks back on the day with some fond memories, Christine gets honest about the negative aspects of her big day in her new book. The proud mom of three admits that she felt overwhelmed on her big day, due to the fact she didn't know that many people there. Christine explains that although there were 200 people at the ceremony, only 20 guests were with her party, and the rest were all there for Paddy. Writing in her incredibly honest book, Christine explains, the day itself was overwhelming. I didn't really know anyone there, even though we had 200 guests. I didn't have any friends to invite, and only 20 of the guests were my family. I was worrying about everyone else, as a lot of brides do, and I struggled to relax and enjoy the day. Christine goes on to explain that there was added pressure due to the fact she was concerned that her and Paddy would be photographed, something which her new husband had been dreading. It was also a sad occasion because her father failed to show up to walk her down the aisle. There was the heartbreak of my dad not turning up, Christine explains. While she may not have enjoyed the day she had always dreamed of as much as she thought she would, Christine admits that her guests all appeared to be having a fantastic time, and then came Peter Kay's best man speech. In her book, Christine explains that the comedian's speech went on forever. The model says his best man speech was more like a stand-up show, rather than a heartfelt tribute to his best pal Paddy, who he has known since his childhood. Peter Kay was his best man. He had to be. They've known each other since they were kids, the blonde beauty writes. Peter's speech felt like it went on forever. It was a stand-up show. But the one thing he said that always stuck with me was, as long as you've got laughter, you've got everything. And you two have that. While Peter's speech may have gone on for longer than she would have liked, Christine admits that his wise words has become her life mantra now. The proud mom of three lives by his words now, and the phrase rings in her mind in times of hardship and despair. It's so true. I say it all the time. It's become a bit of a mantra for me. Even during the most difficult times in our marriage and lives, we've managed to laugh our way through. After Peter's speech commenced, another disaster occurred. Christine explains that she and Paddy spent a bomb on the flower arrangements for their big day. describing the bill for them as eye-watering. Right before one of the final speeches, all was going well until one of the flower arrangements caught fire from the candle next to it. We went a bit over the top with the flowers and the florist's bill was eye-watering, Christine explains. Just before one of the speeches, the flowers on the tabletop, which were near some candles, actually caught fire. We had to put them out quickly before anyone noticed. And although she found her wedding day rather stressful, Christine felt the happiest she had ever felt when she and Paddy went back to their home in Bolton that night. The pair decided not to stay at the manor where they celebrated their nuptials due to the fact their beloved dog, Lee, was at home all alone. The newlyweds couldn't find anyone to look after their pet Pooch, because everyone they knew was at the wedding, so they decided to head home instead. Despite all the stress and chaos, I was so happy to be married to the man I loved, Christine gushes. The man who was to become the father of my children. The man who I thought was the best thing ever. Back in June, Christine and Paddy celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary with a romantic meal, balloons and flowers. The couple met 14 years ago and tied the knot on June 4, 2011, and they have since welcomed 3 children together. Pre-order Christine McGuinness, A Beautiful Nightmare, RRP £20, out 25th of November, and save £5 with the offer code XA9. Order online at mirrorbooks.co.uk.